Chapter 10, Bring the Coffins. At 4 o'clock in the morning, the first group of top warriors from the Temple of Heaven returned. After a brief gathering, they set out toward Qianjiang City without any delay. One by one, team by team, they returned after hours of trekking. As the sky gradually brightened, Xiao Lingfeng did not return indoors. He sat quietly in the courtyard of the villa, watching Tian Qi repeatedly knock Zhou Jia unconscious, only to wake him up again, forcing him to eat the dirtiest scraps. Xiao Lingfeng's cold gaze remained fixed on the scene. He wanted this scum to truly experience what it meant to be worse than death. Shen Yuxuan, who stood beside him, was utterly shocked. She now fully understood that there was no turning back. While Xiao Lingfeng's revenge against Zhou Jia filled her with satisfaction, she knew that Zhou Zhenghao and the entire Zhou family would never spare him. Shen Yuxuan bit her lip and stomped her foot before leaving. Her father would return at dawn, and her only hope now was for him to help Xiao Lingfeng. As long as Xiao Lingfeng didn't kill Zhou Jia, there might still be a slim chance to resolve the situation. But Xiao Lingfeng didn't even ask about her well-intentioned efforts, making Shen Yuxuan both angry and helpless. She had even prepared herself for the possibility of dragging the Shen family into this whirlpool. By 7 in the morning, Tian Yi had safely delivered Gao Weiwei and Xiao Xiao to a nice hotel in Beijiang City. Gao Weiwei was restless, her eyes bloodshot from a sleepless night. Though she had left, Xiao Lingfeng remained behind. Did she resent him? Of course. For 5 long years, she had borne too much pain alone. Xiao Lingfeng's appearance had dramatically altered the course of her life, whether she wanted it or not. But now, as he put himself in danger to send her and Xiao Xiao away, her heart was filled with worry. Just as Gao Weiwei was about to ask Tian Yi about Xiao Lingfeng, Xiao Xiao woke up. The first thing Xiao Xiao noticed was her mother, but not Xiao Lingfeng, the father she had just met the night before. "Mommy, where's Daddy?" Xiao Xiao's innocent question immediately caused Gao Weiwei to break into tears. Xiao Xiao's face fell, and she too began to cry, "Mommy, I want Daddy. I want Daddy." Her mind was filled with memories of Xiao Lingfeng from the night before, holding her in his arms. But now, she was confused, only seeing her mother and a strange man, not her father. Gao Weiwei's thoughts flashed back to when she left, when Xiao Lingfeng was surrounded by hundreds of enemies. Overcome with sorrow, she wondered if Xiao Xiao would ever see her father again. But she couldn't tell Xiao Xiao the truth. She wiped her tears and said, "Daddy has something to take care of. He'll be back in a few days." Xiao Xiao looked at her mother, saying nothing for a while, then lowered her head. After a long pause, she asked, "Mommy, you're lying, aren't you? Daddy went to fight the bad guys, didn't he? Is Daddy going to be okay? I want Daddy." The sight of Xiao Xiao's tears was heartbreaking. She understood everything. Tian Yi, who stood by the door, clenched his teeth to keep from crying. A seasoned warrior, hardened by countless battles, even he was deeply moved. He knelt beside Xiao Xiao, forcing a smile. "Your dad is my brother, Xiao Xiao. Don't worry, I swear he'll be back in 2 or 3 days. I promise." Xiao Xiao looked at Tian Yi with wide eyes. "Uncle, don't lie to me. Daddy's really going to beat the bad guys and come back? He won't leave me again, right? Tell Daddy that I've been really good, and if there's anything I've done wrong, I'll fix it." Tian Yi's heart ached at hearing such mature words from such a young child. With red eyes, he nodded. "I promise, Xiao Xiao. Your dad will be back in 2 or 3 days. I wouldn't lie to you." It took many more reassurances before Xiao Xiao finally believed him. She then asked Tian Yi to tell her stories about her father, so he began weaving stories of their time in the army. After 2 hours of stories, Xiao Xiao, weakened from her illness, fell asleep again. Tian Yi carefully tucked her in and quietly left the room. Downstairs, he lit a cigarette, took a long drag, and looked up at the sky. He wished he could personally slaughter every member of the Zhou family. You lied to Xiao Xiao, didn't you? Gao Weiwei's voice suddenly came from behind. But thank you for that. You should leave now. If he survives, tell him to run far away, leave Qianjiang, leave Dragon Kingdom, and never come back. Tian Yi quickly stubbed out the cigarette, his face serious. Sister-in-law, no matter what, please trust him. He will come back, I swear. Gao Weiwei smiled sadly and walked back upstairs. Deep down, she couldn't believe it. Zhou Jie's father, Zhou Zhenghao, was the wealthiest man in Qianjiang City, with influence spanning the entire region. Even Xiao Lingfeng, as part of the War Department, couldn't stand against such a powerful family, especially after crippling Zhou Jie. There was no way Zhou Zhenghao would ever let him go. Meanwhile, in the Zhou family villa at the heart of Qianjiang City, the atmosphere was tense. The night had been gloomy, and now it was raining heavily. The Zhou family's estate spanned 5 miles, with the house at its center surrounded by countless guards. Inside the main hall, several elders of the Zhou family were gathered. Each one held significant power in Qianjiang, their influence extending to various industries. Even Zhou Zhenglong, who had rushed here last night, could only sit at the edge of the room. The man at the head of the table was Zhou Zhenghao, the patriarch of the Zhou family. Dressed in black, his cold gaze and commanding presence filled the room with a heavy silence. As the rain poured down, Zhou Zhenglong grew impatient. Unable to hold back any longer, he stood and addressed his brother, "Brother, let's gather our men and rescue Xiao Jie now. We can't wait 3 days." Zhou Zhenghao, without raising his head, calmly replied, "Call Xiao Jie." Zhou Zhenglong immediately complied, and soon the projection screen lit up. They called Zhou Jie's phone, but it was Xiao Lingfeng who answered. "Master, Zhou Jie's phone is ringing. Should I answer?" Tian Qi asked. Xiao Lingfeng glanced at the phone and said, "It's not for Zhou Jie. It's for me. Answer it." As the call connected, Zhou Zhenghao's image appeared. His voice was cold. "I am Zhou Zhenghao. You must be Xiao Lingfeng from the War Department." Xiao Lingfeng narrowed his eyes. "Yes, I am. What do you want?" Zhou Zhenghao's eyes darkened. "The rain in Qianjiang won't last 3 days, and I can't wait that long. You have 10 hours to gather your men. In 10 hours, the Zhou family will come for you." Xiao Lingfeng chuckled, leaning forward. "I don't care how long the rain lasts. The 3 days were for you to prepare. But if you insist on 10 hours, I'll be here waiting. Oh, and make sure to bring enough coffins." With that, he hung up. Back at the Zhou family villa, Zhou Zhenghao's eyes turned deadly cold, and his fury surged uncontrollably.